Hello, everybody, friends. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Zondag's weekday late show. And today it is Tuesday, October 20th. And I wanted to talk to you on this Tuesday on something that you could really take away from what we're doing here. And what we're doing here is actually about personal development. So every weekday I'm doing this show. My name is Maurice Zondag, by the way. That's why it's called the Zondag Weekday Late Show. And so it's all about personal development. How do you control your life? What are you doing to take over control in your life today, especially today, right? In those days where nothing is certain anymore, where health is all over a risk all over the world. I mean, there are so many people that already died from this disease. It's way per passing the victims of wars together, right? It's incredible. It's really something we should focus on, and we are focusing on, of course. So I want to talk to you today, and of course, make sure your sound is on. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. You won't hear me, of course. But I want you to get ready to fight the COVID-19 without there being any vaccines, because let's just face it. We're in the middle of a crisis, people. There is no vaccine, whatever people are saying, and it's going to take a really long time before a vaccine is going to be here. Let's stand let alone a medicine against it, right? That's we're learning a lot about the virus. Of course, we're way past than we are like 6 or 7 months ago when it all was new for everyone. But still, there is no treat yet, right? If you get infected right now, you call your doctor, you say, "Oh my God, I got COVID-19. I got corona." They say, "Well, go to bed and take a look how it goes these passing days," right? And so there's not much people can do. Well, that's not entirely true. You can always do something, right? Whatever is not inside of your circle of influence, you should act upon your way what you can do. So if you are a developer of the vaccine, that's the best you can do. Go make a vaccine, right? That's what you can do. But most of us are not those people who can actually create the vaccine and make something out of it. No, we're bound to this whole situation where we are, and we got to deal what we got to deal with. But there is something you can do, and that is to use your own system within your body, because there is a system in your body that's actually fighting threats all the time, every day. It's been doing it for your entire life. And you also know what it is, of course. It's your immune system. Your immune system takes care of you. It's this protecting system, this protecting army you have inside you that's fighting all the viruses and bacteria and toxics and whatever's out there that's harming you. Your immune system is fighting that. Now we want a immune system that has the most effect, right? You want an immune system that is top notch, that's like the best out there. So how do you do that? What are the key factors for a good immune system? Well, the immune system is a very intelligent system. It's actually a very tactical and strategical system. It discovers where, I mean, it's like a patrol, right? It just patrols around your system and detects where any dangers are. And when there is a possible threat, it goes fight that threat. It's like your own personal police force, right? It's taking care of your system, and it's a system that really protects who you are. I mean, your cells, right? It's protecting your cells. We're all made of billions of little easy peasy cells, and those cells, just like a virus, has a certain way of acting upon your body. So we want our immune system to be as tough as they can be, right? Like the real badass police officers that really don't take no for an answer, right? That really like get rid of all the dangers inside of you. And it's a way that we need to train this immune system. And I mean, if you've lived a life like many of us, right? I mean, 50%, more than 50% of the Western modern society has a weight problem, an overweight problem, right? So that's one major thing that's risking your health. So it will lower your effectiveness of your immune system. So today, I'm going over 3 practical things that you can start doing right away so you can boost your immune system and get your system ready. Because whatever precautions you take, right? Wear a face mask, social isolation, not meeting anyone, not hugging anyone, and especially not the president, right? I mean, there's so many things you can do to prevent it. That's all about that. And the news media is all about how you can do that, right? The government is putting on lockdowns and is like canceling sport events and whatever they're doing to prevent you from even getting it. But still you could get it, right? There are friends of mine that have it, and they were, I mean, they were like precautious, right? They were careful, but still they got it, right? Because I don't know, whatever happens. And when you're living together and your partner does something and it gets it, and then you'll probably get it as well. So you want the damage to be as small as possible, of course. So you need to build your immune system to the maximum power force, right? We have to create a system where it can fight this dangerous virus that's not known, right, as we know it in a way. And it's actually a very clever, kind of a clever virus where it's like mimicking other types of cells and sneaking up like others, right? So it's doing stuff that we've never seen really in this big of a scale. So we need our immune system to make a maximum out of it. So thank you if you're here. If you got any questions, whatever it is, please let me know in the comments. And of course, show me the hearts, show me the likes. And if you really like this content, I mean, I'm here every day, so come on next day as well. And you can subscribe actually to the live. You'll get a notification. So that's who I am. If you're just coming in here, my name is Maurice, and I'm about personal development. So we're gonna talk about personal development and especially how you can get ready to attack the COVID-19 virus. So your immune system, 3 things you can do. Now, if you are one of the 50% or one of the 50% of the world that is having, overweight issues, that's a big thing. I mean, that is really a big thing, literally, not only figuratively, but also literally, because when you are overweight, you have a lot of fat in your guts, in your inners, right, around your organs. You got a fatty liver, thing like that, and it is a system where, I mean, there are inflammations there, and I'm not going too deeply into that, but these inflammations is something that your immune system needs to take care of. So that means that from this part of this corpse you have, these police force, right? You need certain amounts to fight these inflammations, which means they can fight the virus because they're working on these inflammations, right? So we need to lower that inflammation in your body, and you can do that by losing weight. Of course, that's common sense. And of course, we all know we have to lose weight, right? If you're overweight, you know you have to lose weight. But the problem is always how. How are you gonna lose weight? Well, simply said, the myth out there that says you gotta work out more and eat less is not true. That's just scientifically proven not to be the case. It's not as simple as calorie in equals calorie out. It's just not how our system works. We are biology, right? We're not physics. That's, I mean, we've got physics around us and we've got physics happening, but our biology, how our system works, how our body works, is biology, which is not physics, right? So there's a very complex system going on there that I mean, a calorie is not just a calorie. It depends on where the calorie comes from. So you need to focus on certain amounts of things that you are taking in. And of course, we all know junk food is not good. Good, right? I mean, we all know that. And of course, we all know that exercise is good for you. But how come that we just don't can't we can't lose weight, right? So hard. I've been there. I've been overweight for most part of my life, and only recently I found this golden key where I could crack the code and really understood why I was not losing weight. And I wasn't losing weight because I didn't have an eating problem. If you have overweight, you do not have an eating problem, a food problem. You're having a hormonal problem. That's right. Your hormones fuck things up, right? And doesn't matter if you're male or female, your hormone, I mean, we all got hormones, your hormones get fucked up. And one hormone in particular, which is insulin. If you feed anyone insulin, it will get fat. That's just what insulin does. Insulin, one of the major functions of insulin is storing fat. It's taking the glucose out of your blood and storing it as fat. That's one of the things that insulin does. So, if you don't want storage as fat, you got to lower your insulin. Because if we don't get the much of amount of insulin, it won't store as much of fat. So how do you do that? How do you lower your insulin? Well, you can start by eating things that peak insulin. Now, what does insulin make it spike, right? That's when your blood sugar rises. If your blood sugar rises, your insulin rises as well because that regulates your blood sugar level there. That's the other function of insulin. How do you get less blood sugar? Ditch the sugar. And as a kind of a food group, as a macronutrient, carbohydrates trigger insulin, right? And sugar is also a part of carbohydrates. But then like direct, right? Glucose is actually part of sugar. Sugar is fructose plus glucose. If you put those together, you get sugar, sucrose. So if you raise your blood level, not your blood sugar level, it means that you are having glucose in your blood. And that comes from carbohydrates. So if you lower your carbohydrate intake, you will lower your insulin. And what happens if you lower your insulin? Well, a couple of things. Sugar is pretty addictive. So our system uses a lot of sugar as our energy source, right? So we need to lower that energy source. But would that mean that I wouldn't have any energy left, right? I mean, if I lower my insulin or if I lower my carbs and my sugar, then where comes my energy from? Well, that's an interesting thing because when the insulin is as low as it can, and your glucose is pretty much gone then, right? It's all being used up either by fat storage or it has been used as energy for your cells. Your body starts creating a different energy source, and your liver is actually doing that. It's creating a byproduct called ketones, and ketones is a energy source made from fat, from cells that store fat. Well, that's interesting. So if you lose weight, if you lose fat, you're burning fat, you can actually start using the energy from fat, create those ketones instead of glucose, and use those ketones as energy. And that is exactly what's going to happen. So if you go on a low-carb diet, maybe even an Atkins diet if you want to try it out, but low carb is even better, more effective. And even more effective is the ketogenic diet. Ketogenic diet says around 5 to 10% carbs in your global intake of food in a day, right? The other things you need to take in are protein, of course, that's the other macronutrient, and fat, right? So you have to eat more fat, like in depending on what you're eating on total. Eating more fat makes you lose weight. Ah, that's interesting. right? So lower your insulin is pretty much the key in weight loss. It's not the exercise, it's just a small part of it. It does help, of course, a bit, but depending on what kind of exercise. If you're doing HIIT training like an hour a day, that's not helping because your system is so much into survival mode that it actually needs glucose. So it's gonna burn all the type of glucose that it can find, and even can hurt your muscles there. So there are a lot of things happening. But if you do some exercising and you focus on lowering your carb intake, I will guarantee you, you will lose fat. That's just how our biology works, right? And I'm the living proof of it because I've done that. And I've lost more than 15 pounds, more than 30 pounds, 15 kilos in about, what was it, 3-4 months, something like that. So that's the amount that you can have, right? So that's an important one. You need to have a lower piece of insulin. That's for sure. That's something you need to focus on. So thank you so much for being here. So cool that you're here watching this. Awesome. Thank you so much. My name is Maurice Sondag, and I help you find and create a better life, create more happiness. And we do that by creating our health, our immune system, to boost it. So the number one thing you can do to boost your immune system is get rid of the overweight, right? It's on so many levels better for you. And you'll feel more energized and you feel more protected by yourself, right? You feel more powerful. Actually, that's pretty much what I've been feeling for the past couple of months. So that's interesting. Lower your insulin, very important. Remember that if you want to lose weight, whatever the diet gurus are telling you, look it up, research it, find online content. And you know, I got tons of things about this. So if you search for the Master Your Personality website, I mean, there's a lot of out there. If you can find more about ketogenic diet, you'll definitely see also that. And if you dive into the research, more the scientific research, it will show you exactly what's happening. And the ketone production is your main energy source. And there are actually a lot of athletes using this as well to, you know, to create more energy and long-lasting energy. A lot of benefits for that. So lose your weight, get healthy, eat healthier, which means if you lower your sugar intake, you're not going to eat the ice cream anymore. You're not going to eat the processed food anymore. You got to eat vegetables, right? A lot of vegetables. And you also can eat meat, and you can eat fish, and you can eat all the good foods, everything that's like within your food plate, right? Which tastes good, you can eat pretty much, right? If you like take it from the healthy spectrum there. What does pasta taste like? Like plain pasta. What does white bread taste like? Like it's blank, right? You need to put something on it to make it tasteful. And we put a lot of things on it where is a lot of sugar in it. So just for example, if you take a look at a bottle of ketchup, go to your fridge, pick out the bottle of ketchup. Look how much sugar is in there. It's crazy, right? I mean, the fat in our diet isn't the problem. The sugar is the problem. But that's also getting more common knowledge. So that's a good one to know. So what I was saying, losing weight is important. And if you do that, you will boost your immune system by many, many, many levels. So that is very good to work on. Eat healthy and get your weight in order, right? Pretty much like that. The second thing you need to do to boost your immune system is to work out. Yes, I realize I said, you know, you don't have to work out to lose weight. Well, true, but workout is still good for you, right? I mean, movement is good for your body. You might not even know this, but you've got this like draining system in draining. I mean, getting the waste out of your system, right? And that's being done by your lymphatic system. And that is a huge system. I mean, your vascular system is a huge network, right? But your lymphatic system is even larger than that. And it's taking care of getting rid of all the waste from your body, right? All the dead cells and all those kind of things, toxics, whatever it is. But it has one problem. It doesn't have a pump like your vascular system does, your heart, right? It doesn't have that. It's just like a whole big network of things and nothing's happening. So you have to start moving and make physics work. That's where physics come in place, right? You have to use physics to actually start making movement in that system. So you can actually get rid of all the stuff that you need to get out there. So that's one reason why movement is good for you, because you can start to, get rid of the bad stuff in your system that your immune system is like taking out. That's one thing. Movement is also good because you build muscle. You start using your muscles, right? If you walk, if you run, if you do fitness, if you do tennis, if you do soccer, football, whatever it is that you're doing, it's building some sort of muscle, what you're doing. Maybe big, maybe low, right? The amounts, but it is actually preserving your muscles, which is important as well, especially if you're eating protein there, because you kind of feed it with the building blocks of the muscles, for one thing. Another thing is that you're also training this fellow inside here, your heart, right? You're actually creating a better health for your heart. So it's very important to exercise. We all should move, right? That's the main thing. We all should exercise a decent amount, at least once a day, have some movement, right? And I know it's hard because I'm there, right? I got a desk job. So I'm sitting a lot on this on this chair here, watching at this screen, right? All day long. So I got to remember that I got to move, right? I actually put it in my diary, in my calendar to remind me that I got to move, because otherwise I forget it. I'm just focused on my work. I get it, right? But God, move. We got to do it. So take care of that. Exercise. That was number 2. Number 3 is one thing that is truly amazing. I love this. And I love this so much that I can do this for hours, literally for hours. You will not be able to get my attention. I will totally be fully focused on this one thing. And I'm doing it for at least 6 to 7, sometimes 8, 9 hours a day. I love it that much that I spend 1/3 of my day towards it. And it's not only that I love it, it's also my body says I need it. Right. Sleep. Sleep is the number 3 thing you need to get in order to get healthy, because sleep is so important for also building and taking care of your body. It's like the split up. Let's just split it up. It's important for your brain. Why is it important for your brain? Because our brain has a certain frequency where the neutrons work on, right? We call it alpha, theta, and beta, or beta, alpha, beta, and theta. Now, the theta waves are the low waves, this ultra low waves, and those are the waves you actually have when you sleep. And that is a state where certain processes from the things you're doing in a day gets stored into your long-term memory. So there are a lot of things that are happening in your sleep, so it actually can process all the things that you're doing. If you've been learning, if you've been active, you've had experiences, your sleep is taking care of it, like saving it to the archives, right? So that's one thing. Another thing is that your body uses a lot of energy to clean up your body also, right? Because your body is also in a fasting state, which means that it's not processing any food at that moment at a high level, right? If you just ate food, your metabolism is like going crazy, right? But if you go to sleep, it's slowing down, but it's getting processed with all the energy that's getting there, and it's taking care of your body. It's building your muscles. It's burning your fat. Actually, if you're asleep, you're burning more fat than when you're awake. So there are a lot of things that's been taken care of inside of your body when you sleep. And of course, you rest, right? You rest your muscles. You give them time to repair, to be ready again. Your mind to get ready again. Your whole system. So, one thing I forgot, by the way, by the food thing is to drink, right? Drink water. This is water. This is not whiskey or this is not vodka. It actually says here. Does it say here? So here, agua minerale. All right. So for everyone who's calling me out, like, are you drinking vodka? No, this is agua, water. You need water, right? You need the right things to. I mean, we're I don't know how many percent of our body is water. It's like a crazy amount, right? So we need to take care of that. All right. So let's just sum this up. What do you need to do to fight this freaking coronavirus? To not even, like, if it gets to you, that your body is able to fight it, that your police force is like, okay, we're onto this sucker. We're gonna nail these assholes. You need to be healthy. You have to boost your immune system. How do you boost your immune system? We do that by eating healthy, losing the fat, right? Right there, you need to lose that belly. If you have a belly, there's a really easy trick if you can see if you have an insulin resistance problem, right? If you have an insulin problem. If you stand up and you look down and you cannot see your feet, you've got an insulin problem. Or you're pregnant. That could be as well. Or females, maybe women may see, but you get the idea, right? If you have a belly, you are insulin resistant. You are probably even pre-diabetic. That sounds scary, right? Means that you're up for getting diabetic, getting diabetes. So you need to fix that. It's such an important part of your life. Lower the sugar, lower the insulin, right? If you lower the insulin, you'll start losing weight. It's an easy. If we want to make it easy, right? Like calories in is equals calories out. You got to burn what you got to eat. No. If you lower insulin, you'll lose weight. That's the simplest explanation I can give. All right, so that's an important one. Second one, prevent, right? Coughing your armpit there, right? I need a sip here, because I've been talking for too long without any hydration. So, second thing is exercise. Move, people. Start moving. I like to move it. And if I don't like exercising. I have a personal trainer. I just went to my personal trainer. I just did my workout for the day, and it was hard, and it was tough, and it's painful, and I don't like it, but I do. But you can do anything, right? Start dancing. Put on some music in your living room and start dancing with your kids, right? How fun is that? Or buy a spring rope, or buy a hula hoop. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're bicycling, if you want to start roller skating or skateboarding, it doesn't matter. Start doing something you like. Do something you like, and you'll get right all the good hormones as well to feel good. So exercise, number 2, also important. And the third one is sleep, everybody, which is pretty much what I'm going to do in about 30 minutes. I'm from the Netherlands, and I don't know where you're watching this, but in my times here, it's 11:30, which means it's the end of the day, and I'm closing off. I'm very grateful that you've been here, that you've watched this. I hope you're healthy. I hope you will stay healthy, and that you will do anything that you can do without blaming the world. There's so much going on there, right, that we cannot control. I cannot control any speeding up the vaccine process. I can't control anything what my government is telling me to do. I can't control all that on a daily basis. But what I can do, starting right now, from today, eat healthy, move, and sleep. And if you do that, you've created all the ingredients that your biology needs to build the right immune system, the strongest immune system that you can have. So if that day will come, and it can come because it's out there and it's hunting us, right? It's looking for new prey. And if you're one of them and it gets to you and you're overweight and you have all these kind of problems with your health, you've never moved because you don't like exercise or you don't like sports, right? And if you think I'll sleep when I'm dead because I'm rock and roll, man, it's gonna be a tough times if you get COVID, right? That's just how the statistics work. That's just what it shows. So please do yourself a favor, do all the loved ones you have a favor, and take care of yourself. Take care of yourself and each other, and I'll talk to you tomorrow again. Thanks so much for being here. If you like this, please hit the like and the subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, especially. And if you're watching this on Facebook as well, you can also, of course, give me the hearts. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.